And welcome back. Now, let's take a look at what is on the front pages of your Sunday papers making headlines there. We're going to start off with the Sunday World. Interesting lead in the Sunday World this morning. State entity CEO called the K word is what it leads with there. Now, this story has multiple layers to it, and the story pertains to the Government Pension Administration Agency, the GPAA. Its CEO, Job Stadim Gomezulu, had sent letters to two employees in the organization, white employees in particular, Chief Information Officer Meiren Kutsia, as well as the General Manager of the Legal Services, Esti De Wit. These two gentlemen particularly apparently had conspired to do business and are doing business with the state entity and as employees of the state entity, and therefore are under investigation. Therefore, it has then been discovered during their WhatsApp exchanges that they had referred to the CEO, Job Stadim Gomezulu, by the K word in a very disparaging way. The CEO had sent them notices and letters asking them why they should not be suspended for their utterances. That is one of the leading stories there. Big story, one to keep your eyes on. And then another big one. Fikile Mbalula, the Secretary General of the ANC, has approached the courts to take legal action against Brown Mokgotsi. Brown Mokgotsi is at the center of Ket Matlala's underworld capture of the South African Police Service and its officials as well as political administrators. Now, Brown Mokgotsi had claimed that Fikile Mbalula had a hand in the murder of businessman Wandile Bozwana, and Mbalula believes that this is a reckless claim, not substantiated by any truth, and there's no evidence to it. But importantly, Mbalula claims that it puts his life at risk and that he fears for his life because this might elicit a retribution on him by the Bozwana family. And so he's approached the courts to force Brown Mokgotsi to either apologize, to apologize and never utter those words again, given the implications Mbalula believes it could have on his life. Now, let's take a look at the Sunday Times. Now, this is another big one in the Sunday Times. This is about the secret GNU retreat that President Ramaphosa has apparently convened, which is taking place in Krugersdorp at the Cradle of Mankind today and tomorrow. Now, we're trying to get as much information in the newsroom about this. Some of our reporters have been sent out there to get a sense of what's going on at this. The president had apparently asked all the party leaders of the parties that make up the GNU to keep this a secret. He didn't want anyone to know about it outside of that. More importantly, he did not provide anyone with an agenda of what will be discussed at this retreat. We can confirm that the president as well as the deputy president, Paul Mashatile, are participating in this and various other political leaders. This, of course, is in the backdrop as the Sunday Times reports that Ramaphosa has indicated and that senior leaders in the ANC are indicating to the Sunday Times, as they claim, that Ramaphosa wants an early exit out of his presidency as early as next year, in that he seems to have grown tired of being president given the pressures that come with it. Take a look at that report in the Sunday Times. The Sunday Times also has another big story there, and that is on Sibiya demanding a cross-examination of General Fani Masimula as well as General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi before the Matlanga Commission, as he believes that, he says, they are misleading the public with mistruths. This pertains to claims that Sibiya had been receiving funds from Ket Matlala, as much as 500,000 rand per transaction. And in the one instance that Matlala had apparently paid or contributed 300,000 rand towards the wedding of one of Sibiya's children. Now, Sibiya says that this is not true at all and that he wants to cross-examine them. The Sunday Times has that full story for you as well. Let's take a look at the Sunday Tribune. Big story there about the Road Accident Fund and the continuous work that the Standing Committee on Public Accounts, SCOPA, is doing. Now, you will recall 2 weeks ago on this program, we spoke to the chairperson of SCOPA, that is Songezo Zibi of Rise Mzansi, and we had spoken about what they're uncovering in this ongoing investigation. Now, they've uncovered about 230 billion rand of claims that have just been erased. These are 80,000 legitimate claims. They also found that the liabilities on the balance sheet of Scopa has been manipulated, and that they're yet to call the Scopa former CEO, Collins Letwalo, to come and account for some of these financial mismanagement as they frame it. Another big one in the Sunday Tribune is a magistrate in Durban has recused herself in a case that pertains to a perpetrator in the July 2021 unrest. Now, this judge, who had been on the bench for just about 40 years and had been a judicial officer for about 48 years, was 70 years old, by the way, had been heard saying something racist and disparaging by a person in the courtroom. The defense, or the state attorney rather, the state prosecutor, my apologies, had raised this with the judge and had asked for a postponement of the matter because they intended to bring a recusal application against the magistrate. The magistrate, despite the outcome and pending the application, had decided to recuse themselves from the matter. Very important case in the Sunday Tribune as well. Do take a look at that. And that's what's in your Sunday papers today. Go out and get yourself one of these Sunday papers, or all of them if you're able to, and have a read at some of these really important stories.